Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Lost Everything and Got Powers of Turning Mecard Tranformers movie. Before we start, please go support JoestarGhoulZ for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistaken character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. After defeating the Triehxa, Issei fell into a coma for months, and when he woke up he realized that everyone had forgotten him, but suddenly he will meet again with a being who was once his friend, and great adventures await them. After the arrival of an old friend. Narrator. Our story begins in the city of Khaos that happened 3 months after the war against the Triehxa, but after defeating him Issei fell into a coma, but when he woke up no one visited him except Venelana, Milikas, Grafia, Roswis, Sona, the Citri entourage, Gabriel, Yasaka, Kunu, but they told him that Drake is with Razor, and he became conceited again, and the others turned their backs on them, but that devastated him a lot, and he was never the same as before, but. Another part. Narrator. In an alley in Khaos there would be a portal, and from it came out a small car. Finally Khaos advances, finally we will see each other again Issei. Qualification. Narrator. We can see Issei in a moving truck and looking out the window. Driver. Wow, boy, I'm surprised you're moving like how many you have. Issei. I'm almost 17 halves ready to go to college. Driver. Well, that's why you moved. Issei. Well I had problems and I wanted this to be relaxed. Driver. I see, and your parents. Issei. They died and that's why this. Driver. I see, well this is it. Issei. Yes, this is it. Narrator. He saw a beautiful house. NT. I know it's not Mecard's house, but imagine it is, well let's continue. Driver. Okay, boy, we'll help you. Issei. Of course. Narrator. Issei along with the workers lowered the boxes, and then Issei thanked the workers and he was arranging things, but before he went to sleep he visited a place, and it was a garage where there were many cars, and that entered his memory. Issei. Wow, I remember when I was 11, if you were here I wouldn't have what I felt like. 20 minutes later. Narrator. He was in his room although now it was the main one, and he was putting up a photo, but he saw one in particular, and it was of a brown-haired boy along with an orange-haired boy, 2 gray-haired brothers, I think, but he was looking at a light blue-haired girl, and with them were some toy cars, and he stared at that little brown-haired boy, and there was a blue car. Issei. Sighs, years have passed since that day, and the truth is I miss you friends, the truth was one of the best of my life, lies down, but if only I would see you again Evan, closes his eyes. Underworld. Narrator. We can see Grafia who was bandaging something that was still hurt burn injuries. Spelling. Milikas, are you okay, worried? Milikas. Yes, sad. Grafia. Why do you do it if you know it hurts you? Milikas. It's just that I don't like the way he spoke to Issei, they don't deserve the title, and Sniff said that he is a coward and. Sniff and starts to cry. Narrator. Grafia couldn't stand it and hugged him and started to cry too, but Venelana saw that she was crying. Venelana. I hope you're happy, now Issei is devastated by your stupidity, I hope you get punished for leaving Issei, sighs, Issei, I hope he would help you with your problem, leaves. Grafia. Issei forgive me for not helping you, crying. Narrator. Not only her but also Roswis and other clans except Gremory. All. Issei, crying. Elsewhere in Khaos. Where are you? I can't find you, but what, stops, maybe Issei can find you here. Narrator. That car entered a particular place which was Khaos Academy. The next day. Narrator. We can see Issei at Khaos Academy during recess time lying on the grass and watching the sky. Issei. Wow, this is definitely relaxing, and the truth is haha this isn't bad, but it's not the same without them, and without you Evan and thinking about a movie, haha what am I thinking she's a princess, she's surely engaged, although I don't get involved in this haha. Hiya. Issei. A. Narrator. Issei saw the kendo club and they were chasing a blue toy car. Issei. Wait a minute, a blue car. Please wait. Issei. That voice Evan, surprised. With Evan. Evan. How did I get into this? I just want to see. Narrator. He couldn't finish because he was sent flying a little by a kendo sword and he left so no one would see him. Eva. Wow, that was worse. You don't even have to say it, my friend. Narrator. Eva saw a brown-haired teenager, but she recognized his face and hair. Evan. Are you? Issei. Of course it's me friend. Evan. Amazing, it's good to see you again, friend. Issei. Yes friend, in fact I didn't expect to see you here after many years. Evan. Yes, but what are you doing here? Issei. What else am I a student here? Evan. Wait, you're still in school, but you're not supposed to. Issei. This is a high school, remember, preschool, primary, secondary. Evan. Right, I forgot, and what have you done after our adventure? Issei. Good. In another dimension. Kingdom of Blue Earth. Narrator. We can see a light blue-haired girl looking out the window until. Servant. Princess, the machine was turned on, and we think it's Evan. And you know where he went. Servant. Well, the coordinates he went to is in a city called Kuo. Surprised, I see, you can leave. Servant. Hey princess, leaves. Narrator. She calls a communicator. Hello. Brian is me. Brian. What's up? Tell me something that happened to the mercardimals. Brian. They left and I don't know where they are. Well, where is Evan since he left? Brian. Where to? He went to Kuo. Brian. Wait, Kuo, seriously? Yes, and they probably found out too, and that's why they disappeared. Brian. Okay, but we know why they left, especially Evan. Yes, and what do you say? Brian. Of course I'll go get mine and get ready, and I also missed going back and seeing him. Okay, I'll see you there someday. Brian. Sure, you too, cuts off. Eyes, finally, for so long, we will finally see each other again. Is, smiles. Narrator. At the back of her room, there was a heart-shaped photo frame, and there was a light blue-haired girl and a brown-haired boy. With Issei. Narrator. After class we see Issei walking while talking with his car friend about everything he experienced after his adventure with the mercardimals. Issei. And that would be all, friend. Evan. First of all, I'm surprised that the supernatural exists and you were a demon. Second, it's incredible that you were a pervert. Third, I can't believe they turned their backs on you for everything you did. That lizard doesn't deserve to be on your side, my friend. Issei. I know, you have no idea what's going on. Evan. Also, I'm sorry about your parents and I heard you guys moved out. Issei. Don't worry, the truth is I moved to my old house. Evan. Really and happy. Issei. I don't know, he left when I graduated and we never saw him again. Evan is a shame, the truth is we loved him. Issei. Yeah, well the good side is that you're here. Evan. Yes, and I was also bored being there because I missed your presence. Issei. By the way, do you think the others will come? Evan. It's possible, after all they are your mercardimals and you also have your cards. Issei. Hey, wait. Narrator. Issei put his hand in his pants, and when he took it out he saw that he had the Tamer card and Evan's cards. Issei. Hahaha, that means we have to go for them, right? Evan. Of course. Issei. Maybe I have the tracker that Ryan gave me saved so I can keep it in case of these. Evan. Sure. Narrator. But they hear children's laughter and saw a children's park in Kuo Park, but it was the park where Issei always went as a child and also when he practiced with his mercardimals. Issei. It's incredible how quickly the years have passed, don't you believe it? Evan. Yes friend, I know. Issei. Hey, if my mercardimals come here, don't you think they'll come? Evan. That's a possibility. Issei. Yes, and I also want to see them, Ryan and his strong character, Davi his clumsy man, Dina her funny attitude and well. Evan. What's up? Issei. And maybe I'll see Isabel again, blushing. Evan. Oh, I understand. Issei. Eh. Evan. Don't believe what I see, Issei is a real Casanova. Issei. What are you up to? Evan. First you have a harem and now you come for your unrequited love who is Isabel. Issei. Blushing. Narrator. What they didn't know was that someone was listening to them. Kaneko. Why does Senpai talk to that toy car and also who is Isabel? Evan. Come on, don't be the gallant, you have to admit it, you and she made a cute couple. Issei. You think, I mean she's the princess of Blue Earth and I well a human, and besides I'm not sure, you already know what I told you about what happened after the factions changed me for Razor and they are with him now. Evan. Well, I think they don't know how to value someone like you, and I know you better than that underdeveloped lizard. You are a good man and you always will be. Issei. Thanks friend. Narrator. Evan's words reached Kaneko, since it was true that they did not value him when he was in a coma, and even more so when they heard that Issei met someone before them. Kaneko. Senpai. Issei. Well let's go Evan, it's time to go back. Evan. Sure. Narrator. Issei started walking while Kaneko teleported. Evan. Issei, if only you knew that she couldn't stop thinking about you, I hope that day comes. Issei. Isabel. 30 minutes after shopping. Issei. Well we arrived Evan, seeing the house. Evan. Wow, it's just like I remember it. Issei. Yes. Narrator. Issei entered the house and Evan went exploring the house and a few minutes later. Evan. Wow, it's just like I remember it, well now without the cars and without Happy. Issei. Yes, but neither do the others. Evan. Well, what are you doing? Are you still going to school? Issei. Well yes, but since it will be Saturday, tomorrow I will start looking for the mercardimals. Evan. And what do you plan to do? Issei. Well haha let them all be here and they will help me too, I don't know defeat faction titans to see if they are tough against a mercardimal. Evan. Well, that's unknown, but anyway, you know, I'm going to sleep, so you can rest. Issei. You're equal Evan. Narrator. Afterwards Issei went to bed, but he was thoughtful. Issei. It's incredible that Evan has returned and not only him, but also my mercardimals are here, but I hope to see Ryan, the Dian team and Isabel haha, but could it be that I like her I mean I don't know she was with me, maybe I better leave it, since tomorrow is going to be a great day, falls asleep. Narrator. And so a new adventure began for Issei where very soon he will meet important people and new challenges, but he doesn't know that that day also comes the appearance of a new threat. Underworld. Narrator. We can see Rizavam at the barrier where they have the Triehxa, but he sees that it is cracking. Rizavam. Well, it seems now that that Brad is not the circuité, the barrier that has his power with Drags disappears, and he could be free ha soon the factions will fall ha. Triehxa. I'll come for you soon Issei, she said it with a feminine voice. Another part of the underworld. Narrator. There we can see that a dark portal opened and from it came out two toy cars, but they were falling into a hole, but out of nowhere a glow came out and gave off a dark aura. Roire. Dimensional gap. GR. You felt it office. Office. Yes, that power is monstrous. GR. Whose powers are those? Narrator. The factions felt it too. Leader of each faction. What is this power that surpasses Triehxa? With Rizavam. Rizavam. Hey, what is this dark power? Triehxa. That power is at my level. Back. Narrator. And out came a giant robot and another one, although it was a three-headed dragon. Robot. We. Hydra. We are. Both. Free and now we're going for you Issei Haidu and you Evan too. After the reunion of the Duan brothers. Blue Earth. Narrator. We can see a light blue girl playing with some figures, one is a light blue-haired girl and the other a brown-haired boy. Girl. Imitating a church judge and with the power that concerns us, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss. Narrator. And she brought the figures together as if they were kissing and she gave a dreamy sigh. Girl. I wait for that day, I just hope it's the first since Dinah doesn't stop bothering me that she's the first haha I just hope to see you Issei. And Kuo. Narrator. In an alley a light opened and from it came two figures and they were looking at the city and when doing so they responded in unison. Both. We're back Issei. The next day Saturday. Narrator. We can see a man with a blue toy car on his shoulder while he sees a device. Evan. Ready Issei. Issei. Yes Evan, leaves the house, time to look for the others. Evan. Let's go. Issei. Very well if it were a mercardimal where would it be hidden where would it be? Evan. Let's see Issei. It would start at the playground. Evan. Right, let's go. Issei. Of course I feel that today I will encounter something unexpected. Underworld. Narrator. We can see a Redeed looking at a photo of a chestnut tree and a tear came to her eye. Rias. Sorry Issei sniff if I didn't accept it you'd kill yourself, forgive me, starts to cry. Sona. It's not your fault Rias. Ross. But them for leaving it. Kaneko. Senpai did things for them and they betrayed him. Tsubaki. And his friends kicked him out, I'm really disappointed in Kiba. Rias. Girls. Huonu. You know I would never betray him since I took him as my father, but when I see him I want him to be one, decide. Rias. Wipes away tears, thank you girls, thank you very much, smiling. All. You're welcome Rias. Kaneko. Senpai, one day we will be together again I hope you arrive soon. Kuo. Narrator. We can see Issei walking and seeing the tracker. Evan. Nothing. Issei. Nothing yet Evan. Evan. I wonder where the other mercardimals are. Issei. Remember that years ago that also happened to us, right? Evan. It's true. Issei. Hey Evan, you know something? Last night I felt that something bad was going to happen very soon. Evan. Well I felt it too, but don't worry as long as I'm with you nothing bad will happen. Issei. Thanks friend and I hope so with the others. Evan. You're right. Narrator. Issei wanted to talk but he bumped into someone and made him fall. Issei. I'm sorry. Girl. It doesn't matter, don't worry anyway, sees him, now that hair will be. Issei. That voice and that kind of clothes could it be? Boy. Hey Dinah how long are you going to go to Issei, wait you're Issei. Dinah. Issei is you, surprised. Issei. Wait Dinah just a moment you are. Boy. That's the only thing. Dinah. The unrivaled. Boy. Tabi. Dinah. Dinah. Tabi. With you the fabulous. Enia. And amazements. Both. Team Goblin, striking a pose. Issei. Surprised. Evan. It's definitely a great meeting. Both. And we're glad to see you, Issei. Narrator. It must be said that Issei was surprised to see brothers that he had not seen again after years. Issei. It's really you. Tabi. Yes. Narrator. But Dinah hugged him and surprised them both. Dinah. Issei, I wanted to see you. You don't know how much we miss the city and you. Issei. This is new, but it's appropriate, it doesn't bother me, I also missed you guys, and it's good to see you guys. Tabi. Yes, and I couldn't stand Dinah's chewing gum anymore for years after you returned to Earth. Narrator. He couldn't finish because Dinah hit Tabi's stomach, surprising Issei and Evan. Both. How strong he is after years. 20 minutes later. Dinah. And tell us something, is it true what you went through? Issei. Yes, my life changed after leaving the mercardimals, and I became a first-class pervert before, haha. Tabi. But you left it during your adventures when you were a demon, right? Evan. Believe me, I was also surprised, although I am seriously disappointed. The people who trusted him will leave him, and that dragon does not have the title of Issei's partner. Mugen is true. Issei. Wait, that voice is. Narrator. He saw a black car with gold details on the front come out of Tabi's shoulder. Issei. Mugen, surprised. Mugen, it's good to see you, Issei. Mugen. Evan. Wow, Mugen, I didn't expect to see you again. Mugen. Yuga to you too, Evan. Yuga. Issei. Hahaha, good to see you. Tabi. Although you help us, Issei. Issei. What? Dinah. Well, what happened is that ours went with us, but there was a problem on the trip that made ours separate, haha. Both. With a drop. Tabi. So we thought you would help us since you are also looking for yours. Issei. Well, it will be like the old days except I was facing you guys. Both. It's true, hahaha. Pie. Enia. What's up? Evan. Maybe it is. Issei. Seize the tracker, I have the presence of a mercardimal. Tabi. And where is it? Issei. It's in the Kuo forest of the mountains, it sounds familiar to me when I met Phoenix. Dinah. Okay, let's go. All. Hi. Narrator. And so they advanced toward the forested mountains of Kuo. Issei. I wonder which mercardimal is there. Elsewhere. Narrator. We can see some members of the Chaos Brigade in a rocky area. Number 1. This is where it was felt yesterday. Number 2. They say it was so powerful that it surpassed Triehxa. Number 1. Well, yes, but I wonder what that was. Number 1. Hey, I ask you a question. Narrator. When he turned around the other member wasn't there and that started to scare him until. Clank, clank. Narrator. Some footsteps were heard, but they seemed to be made of metal, but when he turned around he heard the screams of the member while in the distance a giant was seen watching. The factions will soon fall, especially with you, Issei. In Kuo. Narrator. In the mountainous forest we can see Issei with the goblin team getting off the bus and seeing the area. Issei. Wow, this brings back memories. Evan. It was when Ryan beat you and you got Phoenix. Issei. Yes. Tabi. So you found Phoenix here, Issei. Issei. Yes. Dinah. But it will take us hours. Issei. Well, yes, before, but with the tracker it is a little at the top. Tabi. Then we have to look for it. Issei. Sure, let's go. All. Hi. In the underworld. Narrator. We can see the Mao Lucifer looking at some papers with a serious look. Searches. That monster's power is more powerful than the Triehxa, what was that? Narrator. But he sees Graphia enter with a serious face. Searches. Sighs, Milika's got involved again. Graphia. He only defended Issei since he was making fun of him. Searches. But you should know that you shouldn't. Graphia. He almost killed him and you don't care that our son gets hurt defending him. Searches. The truth is yes, but Drake took Razor as his carrier, and that's all. Narrator. The way to the door but before saying. Graphia. I thought you would do it for Ria's happiness, but it's not like that. Narrator. She left the room but ran into Rias. Rias. Well. Graphia. Sighs, he doesn't understand that this he's doing it again without your happiness. Rias. I'm afraid of not seeing him again and sniff, starts to cry. Narrator. Graphia couldn't stand it and hugged him, but she too began to cry as he comforted her. Both. Issei. In Kuo. Narrator. We see everyone tired on the ground and sweating from the heat. Tabi. Wow, we've been looking for the mercardimal all day, tired. Dinah. Yes, and I'm a bit old to look for them, exhausted. Issei. I think it's true since when we were children we had energy, but now we are teenagers. All. Sighs. Evan. Wow, I didn't know teenagers get tired. Mugen. Yuga, that's something strange about humans. Through my friend Severnicula. Narrator. Everyone stood up upon hearing that voice. Issei. Evan, did you hear? Evan. Yes, and you know who it is. Issei. I only know one mercardimal who has that way of speaking and who always makes mistakes and had a lot of fun with Happy. Did anyone call me? Narrator. A red car with a bit of yellow in front of it came out of the bushes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. Issei. Phoenix, surprised. With Rizavam. Rizavam. You say my members disappeared. Member. Yes, we don't know, we were in contact, but suddenly it was cut off, nothing was found, there was just something. Rizavam. And what is it? Member. It sounded like huge footsteps, but it sounded like nuts and bolts, just like the footsteps were made of metal. Rizavam. Interesting, and surely that is related to that powerful power that felt interested. Very well, continue working so that the power of the Triehxa and also the troops increase. Member. Hi, leaves. Rizavam. Whatever that power is, it won't stop me from destroying the factions and enslaving the humans, but I plan to let you join me, Issei Haidu, smiling evilly. Kuo. Phoenix. Hey Evan, I finally found you. Evan. Phoenix, it's good to see you. Phoenix. Yes, and I didn't think Tabi and Dinah were here. Tabi. Well, yes. Phoenix. And yours, did they perhaps move away because of the trip? Tabi. Well, yes, haha. Dinah. And what are you doing here, Phoenix? Phoenix. Well, easy, I'm waiting for my coolest and most incredible tamer. Both. So, feigning curiosity. Evan. Seriously, and who, also pretending, tell us. Phoenix. Who else? Issei. Issei. That's exaggerated, but thanks. Phoenix. Hey, sees Issei, who are you and why do you look like Issei, tell me. Issei. Oh, you broke the flea's heart, feeling pain and touching his heart. Phoenix. Wait, someone just says that with my jokes I want to become a monkey. Issei is you. Issei. Do you know another Issei with this hair? Haha. Narrator. But then Phoenix started circling around Issei, but everyone smiled at that. 1 hour later. Narrator. We can see everyone in Issei's house sitting on the living room couches and talking. Phoenix. Let's see if I understood that Issei was a demon and had a dragon sealed and blah blah, they changed the dragon too. Issei. Yes, but having you guys, I'm happy to see you. Phoenix. Same with me, Issei, you don't know how long I waited to see you, and the worst thing, Happy is not here. Issei. Don't be like that anymore, Phoenix, with a drop. Dinah. But now we don't know what to do. Issei. What a thing. Tabi. Well, you know how you will go to the academy and we will stay here and well. Issei. I understand, and I'm also in the last year of high school, I don't know if. Dinah. Turns on a light bulb, I have an idea. Issei. And what is it? Dinah. It's better to be a surprise. Issei. Okay, surprised. Phoenix. Hey Issei, don't you think you forgot something after meeting me again? Issei. Yes, taming is not. Phoenix. Of course, how do you think who I will fight with or from whom? Issei. Oh yes, sorry, takes out a white card, ready. Phoenix. Yes, do it. Excited. Issei. Very well, extends the letter, taming. Narrator. After that Phoenix began to float as he headed towards the letter. Phoenix. Yes. Narrator. And after it completely passed into the card, Issei caught it and the card produced some cards that represented Phoenix. Issei. Haha, welcome back. Evan. Now all that's left is the rest of Issei. Issei. Yes, friend. Knock knock. Narrator. Everyone heard that and went to the door and saw a boy with a hood. Excuse me, this is the Haidu residence. Issei. If something is offered to you. Well, actually. Narrator. He took off his hood and showed a red-haired boy, but he was surprised to recognize him again. It's good to see you, Issei. Issei. Ryan, surprised. Chapter Battle of Reunion. Narrator. Previously in Mecard DXD, Issei went out with Evan in search of more mercardimals, but he met the goblin brothers Davi and Dinah, and then they were talking, but they detected the presence of another mercardimal, and they went to the mountain where Issei met another of his own Phoenix who then returned to his house, but someone arrived, and when Issei opened. Takes off his hood, it's good to see you, Issei. Issei. Ryan, surprised. Narrator. There was silence due to the appearance of another person Issei knew years ago, and I didn't expect to see him again. Issei. Ryan, it's really you, surprised. Ryan. Who else do you know? An orange-haired boy who only knows this place, funny. Issei. I can't believe you're here too. Ryan. Hey, can I come in? Issei. Sure, it happens. Narrator. Ryan walked in and saw that Davi and Dinah were also there. Ryan. I see you arrived before me, Ina. If you took too long. Brian. Sorry. Evan. It's good to see you here, Ryan. Brian. I see you managed to reunite with Issei, Evan. Issei. By the way, you have a mercadimal of your own. Brian. Yes, look. Narrator. A red car with a decoration on the back came out. Issei. Hello Alta. Hi. Hello Issei, Evan. Evan. I also liked seeing you Alta. Phoenix. Hey, what about me? Brian. Wow, you also found Phoenix. Issei. Yes, and I had a feeling I would find him. Brian. Okay Issei, tell me what you did in the last few years after our adventure. An explanation. Brian. Damn, how could they do it after you did it? It makes me want to kill them, annoyed. Issei. Calm down, there's no need, Ryan. Brian. How could I not hear what they did to my best friend and rival? Avi. I know, but don't exaggerate. Ina. Yes, but it doesn't matter now that he's with real friends. Brian. Calms down, okay you're right, what matters is that we're together, well almost. All? Yes. Brian. Issei, and if they do something to you and I stop them and I fall, remind me how I am when I do it. Issei. What Ryan? Brian. I'll just say. Everyone. They see it. Brian. Invaded by a murderous rage, annoyed. All. With a drop. Issei. Sighs, I forgot he got like that after the Black Mirror thing. Evan. Yes, and the days you spent in his world. Phoenix. He was very happy that you won and defeated Garen and Babel. Issei. If I remember correctly. Avi. By the way, Issei. Issei. What Avi? Avi. What's in this box? You show a box that had an X on it. Issei. Takes it off, it has nothing, just garbage, haha, nervous. Brian. By the way Issei, I wanted to ask you something. Issei. And what is it? Evan. Does he want to? Brian. You know, when I was thinking about coming back I was thinking about doing something that would bring back old memories. Issei. You're not talking about. Brian. That's right Issei, points at him, we'll have a Mecard battle. Narrator. Nobody said anything when Ryan said that, but. Issei. Well done. Brian. Oh really? Hi. I didn't expect that one. Issei. Yes, and I would never reject her, and also I feel like I'm rusty on Mecard's haha. All. I understand. Brian. So you go in. Issei. Of course Evan. Evan. Of course Issei, I'm with you. Phoenix. Next time it's Issei's turn. Issei. Sure, let's go. All. Yes. Elsewhere. 1. Soon this world will belong to us, but something doesn't save me. 2. Of course I also feel the presence of mercardimals and more. Evan is here. 1. Yes, and I do too, and I think they too, but it's brilliant since she will also come hahaha. 2. Interesting, the princess here haha, she's brilliant, the goblin brothers, the prince of red earth, the princess of blue earth, and the human of earth gathered here haha, this is getting better and better haha. 1. Well, our army will be almost ready, but from what those members said there will be a wedding in the underworld and they will attack. 2. I guess you want us to attack there, right? Hahaha, brilliant. Narrator. They both see that there was a huge army, but they were robot beasts and they looked very wild. Both. Soon this world will know its new masters. Narrator. Then a scream of those things was heard, but in the distance there was a little black-haired girl. Office. This is serious, I must say to Issei, goes to a gap. With Issei. Narrator. He and the others were at the playground. Brian. This park really brings back memories. Issei. Yes. Avi. Yes, many things happened to us here. Ina. And I see that I don't change except new games. Issei. Yes, sees Ryan, ready Ryan. Ryan. Good. Narrator. Both take 3 cards, but Office arrived. Office. Who are they, looking at the others? Brian. Prepare Mecard. Narrator. He threw the cards and to Office's surprise they remained floating. Office. Like, surprised. Issei. Prepare. Narrator. Issei didn't realize that when he was preparing to throw his cards, a magic circle appeared on them. Issei. Mecard. Narrator. He threw his cards and they also stayed like Ryan's, but then a red circle appeared under the cards. Brian. Okay, Alta, let's show him what we do, shows a toy car. Office. Playing with toy cars, with a drop. Brian. 3, 2, 1 Mercadimal VE. Narrator. When he threw his Mercadimal it opened and showed itself like a bird. Issei. Very well Evan back in battle, shows a blue car. Office. You too Issei, with a drop. Issei. 3, 2, 1 Mercardimal VE. Narrator. When I threw Evan and when I touched the card it showed up as a little blue robot. Narrator. When they touched the cards, they seemed to shine and seemed to be carried away. Ina. This is exciting. Mugen. Yuga. Avi. Yes. Both. Let our fight begin, friend. Narrator. And then that light took everyone in office too. Battleworld. Narrator. The light that took them away went away, but they saw that they were in Kuo. All. Hey. Brian. What the hell? Avi. But why aren't we on the Mecard battlefield? Ina. I don't understand. It's weird. Narrator. They heard that voice and saw a giant robot bird, but they recognized it. Brian. Hi, surprised. Alta. We are in another field. Issei. That means Evan too. Evan. Yes, Issei. Narrator. Evan came from above but in his robot form. Evan. I can do it too, but the sky is different. Issei. We're in a pocket dimension. Brian. Pocket dimension, curious. Issei. Yes, it's like a dimension that they use so that there is no harm and they are discovered, the factions use that. Avi. But because we are in a. Ina. It's true, it's strange that we are in one. Issei. Maybe I released some magic from my carts and made a pocket dimension activate haha. Brian. Well, I don't know what to answer, but this fills me with emotion. Alta. Ryan is right, this excites me. Issei, seriously, what are you saying Evan? Sees Evan. Evan. Well we always fought in the battle dimension, but in a pocket dimension this is exciting. Issei. Well if you say so, looking at Ryan, you're ready buddy. Evan. Of course. Brian. Me too. Hi. Yes. Both. Fight. Narrator. Both mercardimals launched themselves and tried to attack, but they dodged them. Brian. Let's show them what we are fast wing, showing a card. Narrator. Alta was heading towards Evan with a speed but. Issei. I don't think so fast, shows a card. Narrator. Evan also began to see himself stoned, but they looked like crashes. Office. Incredible, surprised. Ina. This is exciting. Avi. I missed a Mecard battle. Narrator. They continued fighting and both used their second card. Brian. Time to end this flame bird. Narrator. They saw that Alta caught fire. Phoenix. I don't know if I should feel offended since he also sets himself on fire. Yuga. Yuga that's right Yuga. Ina. Well that's true almost like between Thanatos and Evan. Avi. That's true. Narrator. Then they see Alta heading towards Evan but not towards anything. Evan. You Issei. Issei. Not yet. Office. What are you doing, attack. Ina. What plan does Issei have? Avi. Knowing him, he must have a plan. Narrator. When Alta was short of attacking him. Issei. Now Evan. Narrator. Evan managed to dodge the attack and crash to the ground. Issei. Now skill, raising the card, earthquake. Narrator. Evan raised his fist and it hit the ground causing an earthquake that headed towards Alta, and when it arrived an explosion and they didn't know what happened, but they saw Alta in her car form, and then she closed. Avi. Issei won. Ina. If I win 8 jumping. Phoenix. Yes, that's my tamer. Issei. We did it Evan, he jumped excitedly. Evan. Yes, in a victory pose. Narrator. After 30 seconds everyone returned to the real world. Brian. Haha I must admit it looks like you're not rusty after all. Alta. Yes, that strategy surprised me a lot. Issei. Well when I had Evan I came up with good strategies and with my other mercardimals and with the passage when I was in the demons, my strategies stuck to me hahaha. Narrator. But Dinah hugged him and started spinning around in the. Dinah. You're great Issei, you'll always be awesome, happy and hugging him tightly. Issei. You're welcome, stroking his head. Avi. Yes Issei, but I don't know if I can defeat you, although I almost defeated you. Issei. I don't know if you like to remember since in that you were only controlled by Jerian, you forget it, with a chibi face. Narrator. Davi went to a corner with a depressive aura. Avi. Don't remind me, depressed. Phoenix it definitely feels great to fight Issei again Evan. Evan. I hadn't felt like this for years and I really missed fighting Issei. Issei. Come on, you make me blush, haha. Brian. It's true, you are undoubtedly a prodigy in mercardimals combats. Issei. Let's go. Phoenix. Although who is the lowly? Everyone. Hey lowly. Ina. Like a lowly. Phoenix. The one hidden in the bushes. Narrator. They saw where Phoenix sat and Issei was surprised to see who it was. Issei. Office, surprised. Office. Hello Issei. Brian. Issei who is she, won't it be who you are? Issei. No, besides that she looks like a lowly, but she is not and she is Office Ouroboros the dragon of infinity. All. She's a dragon. Office. Yes and who are you? A presentation and explanation afterwards. Office. You are aliens. Issei. I don't think that would be a good term for them, but they are from another planet, but anyway, why did you come? Office. What happens is that I found out that Rizivum will release the Triehxa and attack the girls at the wedding. Issei. Don't count me in since they have Razor, so see you later. Narrator. Issei and the others were walking but. Office. But I felt a dark energy that surpassed the Triehxa. All. Stopped. Issei. Like an energy darker than that of the Triehxa, surprised. Office. Hi, and when I investigate like a huge army as if they were robot beasts like their mercardimal. Brian. How is that possible? Avi. Maybe someone from the Black Mirror used magic to make the army. Ina. But what does it have to do with factions? Office. That they plan to appear in the attack that Rizivum plans and they think to dominate, although I heard that he will be waiting for you and a princess. Issei. Isabel, shocked. Brian. You say that here they know who we are. Office. Yes, and his army was huge. Ina. What will we do? Issei. Although I'm not happy with them at all, but there are innocent people, so we'll look for the other mercardimals. Brian. You say that we should look for those who are ours. Issei. Yes, and what do they say? Avi. I'm in. Ina. Yes, it will be exciting. Issei. Very well, goes to office, when you know when the day is, let us know so we can go there. Office. Office. Hi, I'll be in touch about that. Flies away. Issei, if you knew that she and some others still love you and had no choice, I hope you can forgive them, feeling sad for them. Evan. Well, Issei, another adventure awaits us. Issei. Of course, but not just us two, but all of us, but she's missing. Brian. Yes, I don't know how long it will take, but when it arrives we will tell you the situation. Avi. That's right, we won't let them attack this world. Ina. If no one attacked my favorite planet, waving her arms. Phoenix. Of course, but not only for this planet but for Happy. Alta. Yes, and we are a team. Issei. Exactly, so tomorrow we will look for the mercardimals and if necessary they will go to my academy to be attentive. All. Hi. Issei. We will soon stop that evil. Elsewhere in Kuo. Narrator. In the forest of the Kuo Academy a blue flash came out and from it came a sky blue film and I was seeing the forest and then seeing the city. Kuo, I'm back, also I'm back. Issei. Happy. After the human and the princess. Narrator. We can see a light blue-haired girl wearing the Kuo Academy uniform and she was in front of Kuo Academy where she saw a brown-haired boy. Finally, after years we will see each other again. Issei smiles and enters the academy. Narrator. A few days have passed since the reunion of the Goblin Brothers and Ryan's reunion battle, but also the revelation of office of some mercardimals that wanted to attack and they were training, but also trying to find mercardimals, but they want to know. Dinah's surprise well is that in their world, they managed to enter the Kuo Academy and also Ryan, but the bad thing is that Ryan and Dobby found something from Issei's past and well, they became somewhat perverted and Dinah and Issei had to stop. Before they did something, especially getting Issei in trouble quite a few since thanks to his collection of perversion, he created some monsters. At the moment. Narrator. We can see Issei and his friends in the courtyard, but Dobby was with bruise marks. Dobby. Ouch, those kendo girls really hit hard. Issei, well, if they are stronger, they can almost kill you, I speak from experience. Brian. And what did Dobby wear? Dobby. Well, I saw that most of them use filling and I thought they had them for natural. Issei. Seriously? Ina. Ha 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 ha, seriously, I don't know if the girls these are using that or have surgery, but that's ridiculous. Issei. So that's how it is. I don't know if men are idiots or women are. Issei. Narrator. He heard that voice. Issei. That voice. Narrator. He saw that there was a light blue-haired girl with long hair, but a trio were surprised. Team Doomed. The day has arrived. Brian. Finally. Issei. It can help you. Well, yes, turns to see Issei, just you, smiles. Narrator. Issei was surprised, but just seeing her brought back the memory of a light blue-haired girl with green eyes wearing a dress. You must defeat the mirror. Don't trust the Red Kingdom. Stop looking at me, Issei, embarrassed. Issei, thank you, smiles. Narrator. When he remembered that, it clicked in Issei's mind and he had a reaction of surprise. Issei. You are. Narrator. Then the environment glowed white and then both people showed themselves to figures of 11-year-old children. Issei. I'll do my best to stop the mirror. No. I hope so too. Issei. Of course I will. Narrator. When he was about to say the girl's name, reality returned when the current Issei was about to say it. Issei. Isabel, surprised. Narrator. But the girl known as Isabel hugged him, which surprised him, but he reciprocated the hug. Isabel. I'm glad to see you again, Issei. Narrator. While a mercardimal was smiling, well he can say so seeing his tamer. Evan. That boy fills me with pride, happy. Isabel. Breaks away from the hug, it's good to see you Issei, smiles. Issei. I also thought I wouldn't see you after Black Mirror, but since we're in the same school, it doesn't surprise me. Isabel. And why? Issei. Because when I started my life with the Mecards you were in the same school as me, but the difference is that you are not in my class. Isabel. I know and they got there first, don't you think? Seeing the trio. Ryan. Hey, I arrived first, but the Goblin brothers. Knows doing. Which we won. Evan. Reaches her shoulder, I was wondering when you'd arrive, Isabel. Isabel. Don't even think you're safe, Evan. 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 Oh no, nervous. Narrator. A white car with pink accents appeared on Isabel's shoulder, making Evan nervous. Phoenix. Wow, Evan is dead. Mugen. Yuga yes. Hi. This is going to get ugly. Ryan Dobby Dinah. That guy is already dead. Issei. Hello Mirani. Mirani. Hello Issei and Evan, serious and giving off a black aura. Evan. Here it was worth it, here it ran. Narrator. He runs away while Mirani chases him in front of everyone who laughed and decided to talk, although Issei told her what he experienced, but she was surprised but angry about what happened after his battle against the Triehxa. Isabel. At first I didn't expect you to be a pervert, she said it angrily. Issei. Don't even remind me, and thanks to that I've created two perverts, pointing at Dobby and Ryan. Dinah. Sighs, who was the one who made those magazines? Isabel. But now what will you do? Issei. What we will do is wait for office when the time comes for those evil mercardimals to appear and we will be prepared, but we are missing more Mecards. Isabel. I wouldn't be so sure. Mirani. That's true, she arrives, and so does an Evan who is being attended to by the others. Narrator. When everyone had doubts, she showed some cars that everyone recognized. Issei. Tater, Wingtonk. Dobby. Kankshan. Dinah. Magician. Brian. Kong, Kyon, Shuma. Tater. Issei what a joy. Wingtonk. I'm very happy Issei. Narrator. Both mercardimals and the others went to their tamers who did the taming. Issei. With this we can defeat the mercardimals, but what will happen to you if you only have Marinia? Not only her. Narrator. He sees a green car that he recognized come out. Issei. Tiro, surprised. Tiro. Hello Issei and don't worry we will do our best. Issei. I hope so. Re-eing. Issei. It means that the break is over, let's go. All. Yes. Isabel. I'll see you on the way out. Issei. Alright, let's go guys. Isabel. Wait Issei. Issei. What's going on? Isabel. I mean on the way out you and I can go for a walk. Narrator. It must be said that this surprised him, except for the team, although one was jealous, but she knew it. Issei. Oh sure, why not? Dinah. Isabel. I'll see you at the entrance, see you and so you don't forget. Narrator. She gave him a kiss on the cheek that shocked those who were nearby and the mercardimals who were hiding and she went to her classroom. Issei. But what a mess. Brian. Noseborn. Dobby. What a gallant. Dinah. Next time is my turn. Underworld. Narrator. We can see a demon on the verge of death but being caught by a giant hand by a giant. 1. What have you come for? Demon. I want to know what happened to some members to know what happened to them. 1. Well you'll know. Narrator. But another one came that was like a snake. 2. Because you will go with them to hell. Narrator. They split the demon in half. 2. Well it won't be a problem when we attack that dragon demon's wedding. 1. I know and I think it's time to move. 2. It was about time you say that. 1. Yes the princess met him it's time to do it. 2. It's time to attack. 1. Haha it's time for you to meet the Black Mirror is reborn and also our Issei Haidu battle. Narrator. But Office looked at this and was worried. Office. I better warn the others. In Kuo. Narrator. We see Issei and Isabel walking in the park and they were laughing. Isabel. How I miss the city Issei. Issei. Hahaha yeah. Isabel. Look at the park where we were children. Issei. Yeah, sees Isabel climbing on a swing, hey, what are you doing? Isabel. Remembering my moments. Issei. As far as I can remember, I've never seen you on a swing, gets on a swing. Isabel. Well when nobody was passing by, I used to go on the swings since there were some in Tierra Azul, but they never let me go on them. Issei. I understand responsibilities for you to be a great queen no. Isabel. Yes, and when I saw them it reminded me of that and I decided to go up and I thought you would push me since I saw that they push people, nervous. Issei. Smiles, very good. Narrator. Issei began to push Isabel and she began to laugh with amusement and people saw them, some found it strange especially for children, but some smiled because they thought she was beautiful since in their eyes they look like a couple and after an hour Isabel got off the swing and they were on a bench. Isabel. You know, it's fun. Issei. Haha I believe it, looks at the sky and you know I was wondering if what I experienced in the factions I felt the same sensation when I faced against mercardimals. Isabel. Well if you can say it like that I can notice that. Issei. But you know I wonder what would have happened if I wasn't following you and meeting Evan what would have happened. Isabel. Well without you things wouldn't have changed for us. Issei. Hahaha it's my blessing and my curse, although because of what happened in the factions I thought if there was someone who loved me, depressed. Isabel. If you have someone Issei, shadowed and blushing. Issei. Oh yeah quai. Jew. Narrator. Issei was surprised because Isabel was kissing him and left him static. Issei. Isabel. Issei I like you. Issei. Surprised, seriously I like you. Isabel. Hi, nervous. Issei. Since when? Isabel. Well, you see I don't know how to describe it but I hope you understand. Issei. Oh okay. Isabel. Well, ever since I saw what you did with the Duan brothers, I didn't understand why you did it, but when you decided that Ryan and I would work together with you, I woke up a feeling toward you, I didn't know what it was, but in the end I understood something, and it was that I was in love with you Issei. Issei. Surprised. Isabel. But when we separated and you returned to your world I wanted to see you and confess, but I didn't know you felt the same, depressed. Issei. Sighs, well the truth is I also had feelings for you. Isabel. Sees it, really, surprised. Issei. Well when I was with the Gremory and sometimes I remembered you and remembering the moments with you, I awakened some feelings with you that when I was a child, I fell in love with you. Isabel. Surprised. Issei. I didn't know if you would come back to me again, since when the factions thing happened, I thought you had made your life and found someone, but I'm not sure, but I'll be willing to accept your feelings Isabel. Isabel, cries with joy, Issei, smiles. Issei. Well Isabel I wanted to know if you want to be my girlfriend. Narrator. Isabel just hugged him and felt Isabel's tears. Isabel. Of course if Issei sees it, I would be happy to be the girlfriend of the boy who helped me against the Black Mirror and stopping a war and that's why I wouldn't be happier in the world than to be by your side for my whole life Issei, smiles. Narrator. Issei reciprocated the hug. Issei. Thanks Isabel that makes me feel better thanks Isabel I love you. Isabel. And me too Issei. Narrator. Both see their eyes and get lost, Issei gets lost in Isabel's beautiful emerald eyes and she in Issei's brown eyes, then their faces get closer and when they were close they kissed each other, showing that they love each other. Narrator. When they separated they smiled. Both. I love you, their foreheads touch and Isabel cries with joy. Narrator. After they formed their relationship they went to Issei's house and she sees Issei's house. Isabel. This is how I remember it. Issei. Yes, but happy no longer exists. Isabel. I know neither do your parents, feeling sad. Issei. Calm down, they would like to see you again well, let's go in. Narrator. They both entered and she felt nostalgic but. Issei. Narrator. They saw that Dinah had a changed face. Issei. What's up? Ryan office arrived and told us something. Issei. And what is it? Abi. The evil mercardimals are already moving. Issei Isabel. Shocked. Evan. It's time, friend. Issei. When is the wedding because they will surely attack there. Dinah. It will be tomorrow. Issei. Well guys we don't know what will happen, but when those evil mercardimals appear we will appear to stop them. All. Hi. Isabel. I'll go too since it wouldn't be the same without me. Ryan. Of course. Abi. Of course we feel lonely without your cold expression, funny. Isabel. Ha 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 how funny, sarcastic. Dinah. Yes the team is back together, cheerfully. Narrator. Everyone cheered up but Evan climbed onto Issei's shoulder. Evan. Ready as old times Issei. Issei. Yes we will stop those mercardimals and save the world again. Narrator. And that day ended but the next day will be a tough battle and they will reveal everything that happened with Issei and also who is behind this and this is just beginning. After the battle and the truth is revealed. In the cave we can see some black figures while a robot and a snake were reunited. 1. The time has come to attack. 2. Yes the world will know us but more Haidu will be there. 1. If now. Both. Charge. Narrator. The figures ran away, others flew and headed in a specific direction: the Gremory house. House of Gremory. Narrator. There we were carrying out the wedding ceremony of Razor, the hero of the factions, and the Circean with the Gremory clan and arena, although we focused on a girl with a sad look while looking out the window. Rias. Issei, sad. Rafia. I'm really sorry, Rias. Rias. Hey, me and the girls who didn't let him also want Issei to be here and challenge him like me. Rafia. Rias, the truth. Rise come, they have arrived. Rias. Gasps, when the wedding comes I'll tell the girls to kill ourselves or escape. Rafia. I hope so. Narrator. She went to where everyone and the leaders were in front of many demons in any faction. Searches. Ladies and gentlemen, we are glad that you have come for this important event, and that is that the Circean, pointing to Razor, the great here, will marry my sister's entourage and some women. Narrator. Everyone screamed with excitement except for a few girls who had their heads down, and before Razor could say anything. Poof. Narrator. Explosions were heard, and they went to see what was happening, and they saw that it was from the Chaos Brigade, but not only that, Rizivum was also there, which left everyone stunned. Rizivum, hello Alliance bits, it's time for our battle. Hi to residents. Office. They are ready since Rizivum has already shown up with an army. Brian. Wow, it was about time, and you know the evil mercardimals. Office. I feel like they're heading to the attack site. Dinah. So we have to be ready. Narrator. The mercardimals wore clothes that looked like improved versions of when they were children, and Isabel had a black and blue jacket. Mugan. Muga, where is Issei? Brian. He said he's putting on a suit. We left. Narrator. They see that Issei's mercardimals came out, but they hear that someone came out to see Issei, but wearing different clothes and wearing goggles. Issei. I'm ready now. His suit. Isabel, Dinah office. Blushing, how cute, handsome dad, the last one biting her lips. Dobby. Wow, that Issei style. Issei. Thanks Dobby, I had it saved for another occasion, but this is the occasion, seriously, we are ready office. Office. High preparation. Tamers. Hi. Narrator. She prepared a portal for everyone to enter, but Issei was left at the end. Issei. Ready Evan. Evan. Of course Issei, let's go for them. Issei. Yes. Narrator. Issei managed to enter, and when he did, the portal closed completely. In the underworld. Narrator. A battle broke out where the majority of both sides fell, but those who fell the most were the Alliance, since the Chaos Brigade was stronger, but we see how Rizivum dodged Razor's attacks with great ease. Rizivum. What's wrong with you, harassment? You can't hit me, rather this is a blow. Narrator. He gave him a punch that defeated him so easily and undid the armor that left everyone stunned, since he is supposed to be the hero of the factions, but Rizivum starts to laugh. Rizivum. Seriously, this is the hero who saved the factions, ha 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 ha, of course, do you think I'm stupid? Leaders, looking at the leaders. Leaders. Nervous. Rias. Say it. Everyone. They see her. Akeno. What are you saying, Rias? If. Rias. Shut up, do you know who the true hero was and is nothing more and will always be Issei? It was Issei, damn traitor, he was the true hero, and you girls left him the same, that damn dragon who betrayed his partner and friend Issei, he really is the hero. Narrator. Everyone who was watching everything was speechless, and some beings said that they were right, that Issei was the hero and were disappointed in them, and those who betrayed him felt frustrated but wondered why Razor is weak if they have Drag. Rizivum. Surely you are wondering why the current Circean is weak. Well, from what I understand, he sold his arm to save the Gremory heiress, and with time of training, he became strong and shared a union between bearer and dragon, but now that they took that away from him, the union was broken, and also the current one has not trained since he started with his entourage, so haha, he is weaker, smiles evilly. Narrator. Now it was the straw that broke the camel's back, since they completely ruined him, since Issei was strong through effort, and they realized what he did for them, as well as Drag, since he did not see him as a weapon, but his dragon pride blinded him when he heard the word Oppai dragon. Likewise, the girls who left Issei made the worst mistake. Rizivum. Well, the time has come for what I came for, and it's good that I brought it. Narrator. They didn't understand what he meant, but they saw that a black magic circle came out, and from it came what they feared the most. All. Triehxa. Narrator. That's right, the beast of the apocalypse was there, and he looked at them with an evil smile, but they didn't know that far away from them, there were some figures going towards him. 1. So the beast A. 2. We will show who is in charge of this world. 1. Yes, goes to the army, the army. Narrator. His army ran out to where the factions were. Back to the factions. Auden. Cursed, you unleashed the beast. Rizivum. Rather you. All. Hey. Triehxa. It's true, and it's incredible that you forgot, you imbecile Drag. Drag. And because I. Triehxa. Because the seal was broken since when you left Haidu, the seal of dehabitation, and thanks to them I was able to escape, and look at me now, I am free and I will finish them, and after that I will find the boy to be my carrier. Ross. We will not allow that. Arena. Issei will not be your carrier for them to do evil. Kaneko. Senpai will never destroy everything for what he wants. Narrator. The girls and people who didn't leave Issei until Rias and Graphia's parents supported Issei, but Rias stared at Triehxa. Rias. In the name of my beloved pawn and my Issei, points at him, don't let me know that you own him, did you hear me? Seriously. Rizavam. Well, who cares, guys, snaps his fingers. Narrator. As he did that, the Chaos Brigade army appeared and was ready to attack. Rizavam. Alright guys, have fun with Aya. Narrator. They heard that and heard many screams of pain and saw that something flying took some of their army. They did not know what was happening, but they noticed something that left them in shock, and they saw that the members of the brigade were being attacked by giant animal robots, creatures and human forms that were finishing off the number. Rizevam. What the hell is this? Our army. Narrator. They heard that and saw that two robots arrived, one was a human robot with red details, and the other robot was a purple Hydra. Triehxa. Who are you? Robot. I am Babel. Hydra. And I am Garion. Babel. And we are both the Dark Mercardimals. All. Hey. Searches. Mecard Dark Animals. Azazel. I don't know what that is. Michael. Perhaps a new faction. Rizavam. And what have you come here for? Babel. Simple with the only main task. Arian. SSSSSSS, that is our task. Triehxa. And that's it. Both. Dominate the planet Earth and finish off the factions. Narrator. When he said that the Mercardimals began to massacre the army of the Chaos Brigade in a brutal way that everyone was scared of how the Mercardimals killed the army and Rizavam wanted to go, but Garion ripped off his arm and left with a Triehxa. Babel. I'm a pure-blooded demon running away like a vile coward. Garion sigh. Babel, go to factions, now from this next plan. Babel. Hi. Babel. You factions will suffer the power of both. Mirror Black Mirror, serious. Searches. Wait, Babel Sama and Garion Sama, we can make an agreement. Azazel. CD is. Michael. We'll give them whatever they want. Narrator. Many agreed, but others looked angry and disgusted as it demonstrated their cowardice. Babel. I don't think they have something we want because we want someone who isn't here. Isaka. And who is it? Garion. The tamer of the earth, but since he's not here we'll end up attacking them. Narrator. The Mercardimals launched themselves against the factions, everyone was terrified of dying, but the girls who didn't leave Issei alone, let death come and just think about it. All except the traitors. Issei sorry. Mugen. All, A. Narrator. They heard that and saw that something fell from the sky. They didn't know what happened until a robot that more or less looked like Oni was shown. Babel. It's Mugen. HHH. Narrator. They also heard that and saw that other Mercardimals appeared, which were Tiro, Phoenix and Kong, who were fighting against the Mercardimals of Garion and Babel. Babel. The Mercardimals of. That's how it is. Narrator. They heard that and saw that a portal opened, and from it came Office and the Goblin team, Ryan and finally Isabel, who were looking at the Dark Mercardimals. Ryan. I should have known they. Abi. TSK, what was missing? Dinah. I can't believe they're here. Isabel. Looks serious. Then Alana. Who are they? Zudicus. I don't know. Narrator. But they noticed that the Mercardimals were heading towards where the tamers were and they thought they were going to attack them, but they turned into toy cars and returned to their tamers except for Phoenix. Sererg. Maybe those robots are toy cars. Ajuka yes, but I think they are like them, pointing at Garion and Babel. Babel. So the Princess of Blue Land is here alone with the Goblin team and the Prince of the Red Kingdom are here and alone. Ryan. And whoever said we came alone doesn't notice who tames Phoenix. Garion. It is true, who tames him? Well, me. All. Hey. Rias it is. Narrator. Issei came out of the portal, wearing his suit, and Evan was on his shoulder, and Phoenix went to his tamer, well he saw the Mercardimals face to face. All. Issei. Rias. Issei, crying with joy. Babel. Well, he's here. Garion. Yes, our enemies. Both. The hero of two worlds Issei Haidu the Earth Tamer. Narrator. That left everyone surprised since Issei knows about them. Issei. I didn't expect to see them again. Garion Babel, serious. Chapter Garion and Babel's plan of revenge. Narrator. Previously in Mecard DXD, it was already the day of the Grimory's wedding with Razor Phoenix until Rizavam arrived and with the Chaos Brigade, but also the Triehxa where a battle broke out, but the alliance could not until Rias finally revealed their plan and what they did to Issei and believed that it would be their end. However, out of nowhere the unknown mercardimals appeared to attack and revealing that what are behind this were the dark mercardimals Garion and Babel, but finally the Tamers arrived along with Office, but what finally appeared is that Issei arrived before the supernatural beings and face to face with the dark mercardimals. Issei. I didn't expect to see them again. Garion Babel, serious. Narrator. A meeting of enemies will now appear. Narrator. All the supernatural saw the true hero of the factions was present, along with the mercardimals Tamers, but some girls who did not abandon Isaya were happy but worried to see that he knew the dark mercardimals. Babel. Hahaha, well, if it is the hero of two worlds and tamer of the earth Issei Haidu. Arian. Yes to Evan. Evan. Ha. Issei. Incredible that after 6 years I would see them here and they are responsible for all this, seriously, and more that they ended up in the underworld. Babel. Haha, well it does look like Haidu. Arian. Wes been since. Brian. But the question is how did you guys get back? Alta. You're right since Issei and Evan managed to finish them off for good. Isbel. Serious. Eva. You're right, how did you guys come back to life after we defeated you 5 years ago? Babel. We also didn't know how we could return, but in the explosion of nothingness, our bodies were repaired in a kind of crack that revived us little by little. Arian. Asofroff got with us to this place. Abi. A crack, curious. Ina. But where did that crack come from? Office. Realizes, I already remembered. Isobel. What's up Office? Office. 6 years ago Red wanted to trap me by having me as his dog and to prevent me from escaping. He created several cracks to prevent me from leaving, but I decided to take one. But don't you know that two small figures were heading to a crack in the future? Brian. So you say that those objects were? Babel. That's right, it was us who were recovering our powers. Arian. And the fool didn't notice Earth's powers that we can beat him hahaha. Narrator. Everyone was stunned by what they just heard, but Issei was angry. Issei. Red. Babel. But now what is up to us now? Arian. And that's it. Both. Our revenge against you Issei Haidu. Narrator. The supernaturals heard everything and had no idea what was happening, but some were thinking of doing the same thing Red was thinking, but they were scared when they learned that Red had brought back two powerful looking beings. Rias. That Red. Kaneko. I'm already getting tired of him. Arena. He's not a good dragon. Benalana I agree. Those who didn't leave Issei. Yes. Azazel Red brought back those two robots. Michael. And also that Issei faced them and now they want revenge on him. Searches I don't know what to say about this. Razor. TCJ. Greg. Issei. But the Tamers. Isobel. A plan to get revenge on Issei. Brian. I know he defeated them and beat the Black Mirror but this. Abi. This is very different from when we wanted to get revenge on Issei. Ina. Yes. Issei. Get revenge on me wow very cliché of supervillains. Evan. Yes. Arian. Say what you want Haidu because our plan is better than Thassa's des supernatural beings. Abel. What he says is true because when we finished here, we investigated your planet and its secrets, especially the secrets of the supernatural. Issei. What's up with those idiots, offending them? Arian. That they have things that aren't strong like they say, they're weak. Abel. Hey, above all, they think they're the big deal, and even more so when we found out that those three useless people left you for someone worthless when you and Evan fought 5 years ago. Evan. They are right what they say, that lizard does not deserve to be Issei's friend and companion, since I never left Issei. Issei. Thanks Evan but not only him but my mercardimals and my friends. Tamers and mercardimals. Yes. Tater. You're right, Issei is the human who would never leave him. Abel. It shows and the beginning of our revenge is our army, pointing out that more bad mercardimals come out. Arian. We'll use them to attack the factions thanks to the demons' computers, since they thought they could dominate those lands along with the fallen and angels. Narrator. That was undoubtedly the trigger for this, knowing that the three biblical factions planned to dominate the other factions and each faction that saw it was in shock, even Los Angeles, knowing that Michael wanted that. Arena. No I can't believe it. Ross. Hi. Benalana. What did I do wrong to raise him, sad. Zudicus. We won't support you this time. Rias. Damn menstruation. Brian. Now those have passed. Abi. Yes. Ina. They are miserable. Isobel. TCH. Phoenix. They don't deserve to be leaders. Issei. I agree Phoenix. Opshi. TCH. Issei. But I'll tell you that the other factions won't do anything to them since they had nothing to do with those idiots. Abel. So what will you do Haidu? Issei. You don't need to know the answer, takes Evan, let's go Evan. Narrator. He threw Evna to see that she transformed into a robot that surprised everyone, but Inaris got a nosebleed when she saw that. Everyone, including traders and non-traders. Surprised. Issei. Because we. Evan. We're going. Both. To defeat them Gario Babel. Narrator. Everyone was staring at Evan, who was so clear that Inaris was drooling at the sight of Evan. Haneko. Incredible, surprised. Arena. Hi. Isaka. Incredible. Narrator. But the Tradiores didn't know what to answer since they didn't expect Issei to have a giant robot and they felt like fools when they saw that Issei without Drake is important and strong and even has a giant robot. Abel. Jum Evan. Evan. Clenching his fists. Arian. Saucy your best Mecardimal. Issei. Hi and no matter what Evan is not going to fall, certain friend. Evan. Yes, it's true. Abel. Then let him play. Narrator. He made a movement with his hands so that the bad mercardimals launched themselves at Evan and he launched himself and began to hit them and knock them down, leaving the supernaturals with their mouths open from Evan's strength. Diro. He looks excited. Alta. Well Evan wanted this I imagine. Mirani. That's my Evan. Isabel. Hey, I understand with a drop and smiling nervously. Diro. Oh yes and you and Issei go out. Narrator. The Tamers were surprised by that and the girl was nervous and blushed but she was heard by a group that did not abandon Issei. Rias. What do you mean she's that? Speed. Narrator. They heard that to see that Evan began to run fast which was impressive for the knights and swordsmen that Evan knocked down any Mecardimal but they came closer. Issei. I sword, drawing another card. Narrator. By doing that Evan now had a sword of Hurlo and hitting the Mecardimals which surprised everyone. Searches. How did he do it? Azazel. Notices the card Issei had, are those cards sacred gears? Narrator everyone saw that Evan was destroying everyone in his path and when they got closer. Evan. I think it's the grand finale. Issei. That's right, friend. Final skill. Earthquake. Narrator. Saying that, Evan jumps. Rias. Better support. Narrator. The group that supports Issei listened to Rias, but those who did not support him did not listen to her, in fact they did not understand anything until they saw that Evan hit his fist on the ground and made an earthquake, or rather that the ground was heading towards the bad Mecardimals and generating an explosion that defeated everyone. All. With mouths open. Tater. Yes Evan defeated him. Inadabi. Yes. Ryan. Ha, those two never stop getting along like that. Isabel. Yes, smiles. Issei. We did it Evan. Evan. Yes. Pom. Narrator. They heard that applause to see Babel who was applauding. Babel. Bravo always impresses us. Arian. We'd like to spend time but we have to go. Narrator. A portal opened below them and they were sucked in, but. Both. See you soon Issei and the planet will be neutral, saying while they are already swallowed. Issei. No matter how long it takes me I'll defeat them, seriously. Narrator. After both Mecardimals left, most of the leftovers sighed in relief, although they were scared since they knew they would return to attack the other factions and the planet. Phoenix. It seems things will go back to the old days Issei. Issei. Yes friend. Tater. But they will be fun. Wintalk. Maybe they are strong, but I will give my best, nervous but motivated. Ryan. Hey, don't forget about us. Abidina. Not even from the goblin team, making their characteristic poses. Isabel. And me too, smiles. Issei. Yes, I'll tell you about it too, office. Office. Hi. Ice. Narrator. I heard that to see Rias which Issei had an annoyed face. Issei. Rias, serious. Rias. Issei, nervous. Isabel. Sees her and gets angry upon hearing Ria's name. Diro. Is that her? Hi. It's definitely her. Ina. Grab me, I'm going to, being stopped by Ryan and Dobby. Ryan. Believe me, I have that desire too. Dobby. Me too. Issei. Ah, you came Rias, don't tell me that your pathetic hypocrisy is that you made a mistake in changing me, annoyed. Rias. No Issei, that's not it. Issei. And what is it? Office. I'll tell him the truth and I hope he understands. Rias. Isio. Haidu. Narrator. They heard that to see the leaders. Rias. Dionysus no, don't interfere, it's between him and me. Issei. What do you three idiot kings want? Azazel. Hey kid, what do you know about those robots and your expensive sacred gears? Evan. Don't compare us to those treacherous trash. Mercardimals. Yes 3. Michael. But tell us what you know about them. Issei. That is something that does not concern you since this has been my business for 6 years and you better get together with Rizivim now that he left with the Triehxa. Searches. Listen, Haidu, you will return to us and in exchange you will marry your husband. Issei. I'd rather be a renegade than that. Narrator. That doubt scared Rias since she knew what would happen and she didn't want that to happen. Issei. You know I'm fed up with you because you only care about power, just like every being of this damn supernatural being, and you think you can solve it with marriages from the past. With a demon we are already in the modern era, we are no longer in those times, so if you do that again, I will not hesitate to let you die for them, because for me you are nothing. Narrator. It must be said that the supernaturals were astonished to hear them, but a group of girls did not want it to end, and more so Rias. Isabel. Takes Issei's hand, come on Issei, looks at everyone seriously, they're not worth it. Issei. You're right Isabel you're right, goes to office, take us back. Office high, monotone while seeing the supernaturals and opening a crack. Issei. I hope you are happy with your new pillar because you are the ones responsible for these, enters with his team to close the loop. Rias. No go back, sees that the crack was no longer there, go back Issei. Tapped the quiet life as if it could last. Elsewhere. Narrator. A blue-haired boy can be seen walking calmly. Do you think they realize their presence? Narrator. He said it as a grey car with red flames appeared on his shoulder. Car. It is possible and I also trust that my brother was reunited with him and the others. You're right, looks at the sky, I hope you get stronger and we face each other again Issei, smiles and walks. Underworld after Issei left. Narrator. The whole place fell silent after Issei left with his team when he didn't want to help them because of the Brigade, but because of the dark mercardimals. Rias. On her knees while looking at the ground, Issei. Azazel. Damn now what will we do now that Rizivim escaped with the Triehxa and also those 2 robots that are Issei's enemies? Michael. Ha, that's a big problem. Searches. Don't worry, we can ask him to help us again. Narrator. It didn't end because he received an attack of destruction and they see that the one who launched it was a very annoying Rias. Rias. Can you shut up your mouth, annoyed. Akeno. Rias why? Rias. Shut up, damn it, annoyed. Zudicus. You have truly fallen low and not only you but Azazel and Michik have fallen. Arena. I can't believe that heaven really wanted to conquer lands just to follow them. Rias. And the worst thing is that you did what you hated again. Searches. Rias but. Rias. You forgot what I felt when I was forcibly engaged you did it again, you took Issei away from me who was happy and with Kaneko. Irina. Ross was and some of us who didn't leave him like others and you idiots, annoyed. Grafia. And I want to tell you something Searches, seriously. Searches. And I know, he didn't finish when he received a blow from Grafia. Grafia. Now I want a divorce or rather you signed it. Narrator. Searches was stunned but began to remember that Grafia gave him a sheet of paper before the party and without reading it, he signed it and he realized. Searches. No don't tell me that. Grafia. Hi from now on I am not your wife and I have custody of Milikas, serious and annoyed. Ajuka. I think it's best to get some sleep and have a meeting tomorrow. Auden. It's fine by me. Rias. And also what the bastards will do, seeing the traitors who left Issei. Ajuka. Good. Narrator. Everyone started to retreat but the Grimpri see the traitors. Zudicus. You are not welcome in our house from now on you are alone and so are the others. Rias. And also, points at them, those who were with Razor are no longer my friends and those who are my pieces are no longer in my entourage forever, seriously. Narrator. That shocked everyone, but those who did not betray Issei left and leaving the traitors alone, but they were seen by a group. So the truth was finally revealed. 2. Now we can go for Mr. Hero and look for him to join us. And that we also help him with those robots. 2. Here we go. Narrator. They began to retreat but they had a kind of symbol and it was of a chalice with weapons and a dragon. On Earth. Narrator. A crack appeared in Issei's residence and the tamers came out but they looked more serious and some were angry. Brian. Damn those supernaturals believing that Issei has to return. Abi. If they just want someone to do their job. Ina. That's much worse when we serve Lord Mole at the Black Mirror, annoyed. Isabel. Hey, I could see that those boars who dumped him were sorry, annoyed and upset. Office. Although it couldn't be resolved because of that Siskin. Issei. Evan. What's up Issei? Issei. Nothing Evan just that feels incredible that they see me as a tool of everything when they knew what happened but now that Rizivim fled when Garion and Babel finished off his army they want me to defeat Rizivim and them. Phoenix. Well, when you say it that way it's true, it's better that they take care of Rizavam and his brigade, and we take care of Garion and Babel. Hi. But the problem is that they are seen to be more powerful now than they were years ago. Mugen. Yuga yes. Tater. And they look very scared. Wintink. I even felt like my soul was going to leave, nervous. Mirani. But taking into account that they now have an army of evil mercardimals. Kong. That's not a problem with how they defeated him, but the problem is that it's possible that they bring stronger ones. Hangshan. That's right, my dear friend. I can even perceive that they will be more powerful and very difficult. Hyun. GRRR I want to tear them apart and rip them apart GRRR. Phoenix. Calm down kitty, first things first, find the others. Duro. Phoenix is right, it will be a little difficult to find the other mercardimals, although it will be more difficult for us now in these circumstances. Issei. You say that we are no longer 11-year-old children. Duro. Hi. Issei. Well, he's right about that. Ina. What are you saying Issei? Issei. Before we could do our things because we were children, but after years we are teenagers in my part I will almost be 18, and I will have to think about which university to enter and become an adult. Shuma. That's right, and that would complicate things a lot for us. Brian. Damn, frustrated. Abi. And what can we do? Office. You know I think I can help them. Isabel. And how will you do it Office? Office. Well, being with you and what happened, I think I can pursue the source of the mercardimals' power, and I plan to search anywhere in the city or the country so you can find them. Issei. That could be very useful, Office. Office. And we would also have to have a group name. All. Hey. Phoenix. You know a name that doesn't sound bad at all. Mugen. Yuga me too. Narrator. Each mercardimal began to give their opinion. Ina. I've already thought of what we'll call ourselves. Issei. And what is it? Ina. Well, what happened now just occurred to me and I thought it would sound better. Abi. Let's see, little sister, what will we call ourselves? Ina. What do you think of the Earth Tamers, the DXD Mecards? Everyone. A. Abi. Mecard DXD. Ina. I'm sorry, that just occurred to me when I heard that this anti-terrorist group is called DXD which is ridiculous, but I thought it would sound great, nervous. Isabel. Okay, this time I think that's better. Abi. I'm the same. Brian. I think that sounds good. Ina. Seriously. Issei. Good job Dinah, stroking the goblin girl's head. Ina. Hehehe, smiling and enjoying her caressing her. Isabel. A little jealous. Office. Same. Issei. But, stops petting Dinah's head. Ina. Pouts. Issei. In the meantime, we'll have to think of a plan and take advantage of this moment of peace. Brian. You're right Issei, maybe we'll win this, but it's likely that they'll attack again. Abi. That's true. Phoenix. Let's see how long this lasts. Kong. Maybe like 2 or 1 day of peace or I don't know. Tater. And although this will be very heavy now that those 2 returned because of a stupid dragon. Office. I understand you Tater and I want to split the out of that idiot. Evan. Well we will do with the Issei factions. Issei. It's better if we don't interfere since their affairs are none of our concern, since they should solve their own problems, he said unimportantly. Evan. Okay that's true I wouldn't like to be his puppet. Mirani. But while we do. Issei. What we always did in our time as tamers, go out, look for mercardimals, tame them and fight in case Garion and Babel appear. Abi. It's fine by me. Office. Well, I'll start looking for the mercardimals' power sources, but if Garion and Babel appear, I'll let you know. Issei. Okay Office I'll leave it to you. Office. Okay, see you guys, leaves through a dimensional rift. Brian. Well what are we going to do now? Issei. As I said, take advantage of this moment of rest. Abi. I agree. Brum. Ina. Grabs her stomach, but can we eat something? Issei. I think I better order some pizzas. Abi. I hope it's a distribution like those comics or games hahaha, laughs pervertedly. Brian. He me too, smiles like Dobby. Ina. Mua why do they have to think about that? Starting to hit them comically with a broom. Narrator. The mercadimals along with Issei and Isabel who saw that, a drop of sweat came out. Isabel. Seriously, Issei, you created 2 perverts. Issei. I know and I regret becoming one for listening to a disgusting old man, puts his hand on his face, I hope that old man dies, or that the mercardimals devour him, exhausted. Isabel. Also he can only do that with me, she blushes imagining that, but she stays with a stupid face and drools. Issei. Sees that and a drop comes out and, then they say that men are perverts. Evan. I hope we can take advantage of this time of peace, because strong storms are approaching. I hope you come here too, brother. Narrator. And so the rest of the day passed, and as Issei said, peacetime lasts a short time and the situation they are in now even more so, and although war is approaching. With office. Narrator. She is seen in the gap but sighs. Office. The plan to let Issei know the truth about the girls didn't work, and all because of that siskin, although the problem of the dark mercardimals is something serious but very serious. Office. Office. Looks at Red with seriousness and contempt. What do you want? Red. Can't I see the one I love as my office? Annoyed. I'm not interested, and besides what you did just now. Red. Oh, what are you talking about? CHHAAA. Narrator. They heard that for a long time. That shocked Office, and it was that a robot Griffo began to attack Red and realized what it is. Office. A dark mercardimal. Red, what is this remove? Narrator. He didn't finish because other robots launched themselves at him, and he, like a coward, went to a portal and was followed by the mercardimals. Office. No, it can't be. Base of the Brigade. Rizavam. Damn, annoyed, why did this have to happen? Narrator. When they left, Rizavam was not very happy when his men were finished off by the dark mercardimals, and the truth is that it left him very upset. Rizavam. They finished us off like a bunch of cans. Triehxa. Maybe because those are not from this world. Rizavam. What are you saying? Triehxa. I discovered that those robots are not from this world. Rizavam. And as you know. Triehxa. Before we ran away I put a stamp that recorded everything that happened, and look so you don't get lost. Narrator. He began to project when Gabriel and Babel appeared, revealing the plans of the factions, but the Tamers and Issei arrive, from how they returned until when Evan finished off the dark mercardimals. Rizavam. Haifu, why everything is ruined in your presence. Triehxa. Ara Issei-kun looks handsome, so I hope to be your partner and be your lover, or, I thought, but a flirtatious female voice is heard. But the dark mercardimals. Arian. Babel, the mercifuls are already attacking Great Red, and this one is running away like the coward he is. Babel. Excellent, now out of the way we can start with the plan to conquer this world, but above all. Arian. Finishing off Haidu is what's important. Babel. Yes, since it is possible that they are going after the other mercardimals that were transported to Earth, and it is possible that the factions are interested in that. Arian. Even though Lucifer's cowardly Snow White is looking for the mercardimals. Babel. That's why we will attack each of their bases, since they are a nuisance that no one cares about. Arian. That's true. Babel. We must prepare for the next attack now with other factions so that they fall into panic. Arian. And then they will blame their leaders. Babel. There is a way to finish off the Tamers once and for all. Arian. Good plan. He leaves to see his army. Babel. Enjoy your time of peace, Haidu, because this is the beginning of your end and of this world, because the war is approaching. Haidu, clenching his fist and emanating a dark aura. Chapter: The reunion of a trio of friends. Present the next day after Gabriel and Babel's attack. Narrator. After the attack of Gabriel and Babel happened, in the academy you can see Issei very thoughtful, although he looks somewhat upset. Issei. I hope those idiots from the factions don't bother me if I join them, and believe that I'll help them with Rizavam free and with Black Mirror. Also Gabriel and Babel are what I focus on, and they with Rizavam, serious, well, remembering what he said about how they returned and just saying in a low voice, damn Red. Narrator. Although his attitude was noticed by everyone, even Ryan, Dobby, Dinah and some kids, he knows who were the perverted duo and the Kendo ones, but they had something in mind. Murayama Caddis. What are you up to now? Time skip. Isabel. Say with a piece of sushi and hitting Issei in the mouth. Issei. It's good, surprised. Isabel. Thank you, smiles. Dinah. Somewhat jealous. Ryan. Hey Issei, you've been a bit thoughtful in class. Dobby. Don't tell me you're still thinking about what happened yesterday. Issei. Sighs, why lie to them? The truth is it makes me a little angry that after what happened they are being hypocritical, but I'm a little serious. Evan. Exits, it's for Gabriel and Babel. Issei. Hi, and also Office told me something this morning. Dinah. And what is it? Narrator. Issei tells them that Red is attacked by dark mercardimals and fled the gap while being chased. Ryan. What a coward. Dobby. You're right. Isabel. But don't you think this would be their plan? Issei. Knowing what happens in the factions and our fights against Black Mirror, it is possible that it is a plan to eliminate Red along the way and thus continue with the objective of Black Mirror. Ryan. Apparently they already have everything planned. Morania. This will definitely become a war on Earth now. Hi. That's for sure. Yuga, yes. Phoenix. But we already faced them before, we will surely do it again, right Issei? Issei. I hope Phoenix I hope. Issei. Narrator. They heard that and saw a trio of people although Issei made them familiar. Issei. They look familiar moment. Dinah. Issei you know them. Issei, approaches, perhaps are they Juliet, Kevin and Brandon. Tamers. What, surprised. The trio. Glad to see you Issei, they smile. With Rias. Narrator in her room sobs were heard to see that Rias was crying in her room and were heard by her parents and some girls. Then Alana. It hurts me that my girl is suffering. Zudicus. And the worst thing is Xerxes, he didn't let her fix everything and thus earned hatred towards us. Irina. Damn. Kaneko. Don't worry Irina senpai, I know we'll be able to fix it. Ross. I hope so Kaneko. Narrator. Well they left Aritid crying but they didn't know that it was heard by a black and purple emblem that disappeared completely. At the academy. Narrator. The Mecard DXD team was surprised since in front of them was the trio of Issei's friends when he began his adventure with the Mecards and Issei himself is surprised. Issei. Seriously it's you guys. Juliet. Are you surprised to see us? Issei. Aside from that and also what did you change? Dinah. You're right, they used to be like that, taking a photo of the trio at age 11. Abby. And now they've changed a lot. Juliet. Seriously. Juliet. Kevin. Well yes, we have changed a lot, but especially Brandon, who is already in shape. Kevin. Brandon. Come on, they embarrass me he. Brandon. Juliet. Receives a hug from Dinah, hello Dinah glad to see you. Dinah. Me too, friend, happy. Issei incredible after years and they will return haha. Kevin. Well, seeing you again is one of the things, but also another. Brian. And what is it? Kevin. You see, I imagine that you know that there are negative energies from mercardimals, right? Abby. How come? Kevin. We can't tell him, but after school we'll talk at the city's children's park. Issei. Sounds good to me, serious. Reeing. Kevin. Well it's time to go back. Narrator. The trio was leaving, but the brunette received a hug from Juliet. Issei. Isabel Dinah. Seeing that. Juliet. Glad to see you Issei, kisses him on the cheek and leaves. Isabel Dinah. Seeing that. Brian Dobby. Wow, a third one is definitely a heartthrob. Issei. What just happened? Evan. I'd say your dream will come true, fun. In the underworld. Searches. TCH what do I do now, coming up with a lot of paperwork and more letters threatening to resign, and all because I did something for the good of the demons. Narrator. While in heaven, Grippery and the leaders who replaced Issei were in the same situations and only had in mind. Everyone. I hope Issei helps us fix everything. But Garion and Babel are rather Black Mirror. Narrator. They saw that the mercardimals were working and creating more. Garion. The construction of the mercardimals is perfect. Babel. Hi and soon when everything is ready this planet will be all ours and darkness will take over. Garion. Yes, ha 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 ha. Narrator. They continued laughing as they saw that they had a large army to possibly attack the planet. But the DXD Mecards. Narrator. After classes Issei and his friends arrived at the playground which luckily there was no one around. Issei. Well Kevin tell us how you know what's happening now with Garion and Babel. Kevin. Well you see Issei after we graduate I'll decide a little with technology and maybe there will be extraterrestrial life after the mercardimals. Brandon. It's true, in his room he has a lot of technology, he's even a hacker. Everyone. Surprised. Kevin. And after a long time of searching I detected energy from another planet here in Kuo and now I see why, seeing the mercardimals, but also I felt it dark. Brian. We'll just say it was Garion and Babel they came back. Juliet. But I don't understand why Issei didn't tell us that they were defeated in their world, confused. Issei. Sees Evan. Evan. Conscious. Issei. Well you see. An explanation later. Juliet. Like you were a first-class pervert, annoyed and strangling Issei. Homer Juliet, Bard Issei. Tamers. A drop comes out. Kevin. Wow, I didn't think Issei would become a pervert and then a demon while adjusting his glasses. Brandon. But it shocks me that his so-called friends betray him even to his partner, somewhat annoying. Evan. I think the same. It's even possible that he's a hypocrite after what happened at the party there. Juliet. Stop strangling Issei, TCH, and more those damn that left you. Issei. Hi, rubbing his neck and trying to catch his breath, but there were also other problems, serious and telling what Office saw. Kevin. So that dragon ran away like a coward when attacked by dark mercardimals. Brandon. They really want to buck you Issei. Issei. You don't even have to say it, with the Brigade I wouldn't be surprised, but now with Black Mirror it's something serious. Brian. You're right, Issei, maybe they think this is like their old battles, but with Garion and Babel, it's not a game. Abi. Now that they're back, it's possible they'll bring him, remembering the dark Mecardima Meg. Ina. If we don't stop him, they'll destroy the land and Issei's home, worried. Juliet. Well, maybe we can do something. Issei. And what is it? The trio. They look at each other and then smile. We want to join your group. Everyone. Hey, surprised. Elsewhere. Cow. They're telling me that robots attacked the party. Student. Ha, but not only that, Haidu also has one. Cow. Try it. Narrator. He began to project what happened until the appearance of Garion and Babel, as well as the Tamers and Evan's power. Cow. Astonished, wow, I want you to investigate more. If you see Haidu summoning that, I want you to watch him or study what they are. Student. Hi, leaves. Cow. Interesting, maybe those robots are the key to achieving our goal. Narrator. But they didn't know that a man could see from afar. Indra. So Haidu has robots, maybe Cow will get them for me and make them all kneel before me, smiles maliciously. Narrator. Although everything was seen by someone. DRRR, you bastards, you false heroes, you will pay dearly. Narrator. The figure skipped away and disappeared from sight. Nkuo. Issei. They want to join us. Heaven. Hi, this time we will do it seriously, friend. Brandon. Since we also got involved when we discovered your secret. Juliet. Now let us help you and we don't want to be a burden. Issei. I don't know, what are you guys saying? Brian. You know, at first I didn't want them to get involved, but it's better if they join together. Abi. Yes, they are your friends too. Ina. I would like to work with Juliet, happy. Isabel. I think it's best to say we were classmates 6 years ago. Evan. Issei is right, more help is better, don't you think? Issei. Sees his childhood friends, he smiles, okay, extends his hand, welcome to the DXD Mecards. Heaven. Smiles and accepts the gesture, thanks friend. Brandon. Haha, the trio is back. Juliet. Hey, I'm glad the four of us are together. Issei, Sorny. Issei. Hi. Heaven. Well, see you, Issei. Brandon. It was nice to see you again. Issei. Likewise. Narrator. They began to retreat but. Juliet. Issei, one of these days we may have a date. All. Hey. Isabel. Dinah. Ah, stunned and blank. Issei. Juliet. We don't see, she leaves smiling while her friends follow her. Brian. Lord, some people are lucky. Abi. Hi. Dinah. I was betrayed by my best friend because, frustrated and crying comically. Isabel. Oh no sister, get your brown-haired one. Issei. Seriously, what the hell is going on now? Evan. What luck, his harem leaves him and now he forms another one with his childhood loves. You really are great, Issei. Elsewhere in Kuo. Narrator. In an alley you could see a toy car moving fast until it was caught in a sphere of energy and ended up in a hand. Calm down, my friend, we won't do anything to you. Car. Seriously, they won't do anything to me. No, in fact we want to make an alliance with your master. Car. You're talking about my tamer. Hey, don't worry, we'll take you to him. Car. I really appreciate it. I only do it for the good of the world. Narrator. He said as he watched people walking all calm and happy, being with people and more children. I do not want everything that humanity yearns for to be taken away by beings who do not respect peace and only destroy. Car. I see, but I'll see my tamer again. First you will see my leader. Car. Okay, but what are you? I'll just say a true heroine. Narrator. The figure went through a portal and when he entered it closed completely. Chapter The Real Heroes. Narrator. In a chamber where only one light was seen, a person is seen sitting on a kind of throne, but a person arrives. And you have it, well. Person. Hey, I have it, showing a toy car. Car. Hey, what's this all about? You will be an offering of acceptance in the person we think of making an alliance with. Car. But I want to be with my Doma, I don't finish being taken. I hope we can reach a peace agreement to say hi to. The next day. Narrator. At Issei's residence, the Mecard DXD team is seen working to search for signs of mercardimals or Black Mirror. Issei. Well, Kevin, nothing yet. Kevin. No, since we don't know the activities of the mercardimals, it's more difficult when we were children when the children looked for them. Phoenix. Oh yes, that legend they invented about toy cars. Brandon. Hey, you guys have something since you were moving forward when there were people. Phoenix. Good point. Magician. But let's not talk about that, let's also focus on possible activities of the Black Mirror. Issei. Office hasn't told me anything yet. Kong. This is very worrying. Tater. Yes, and a lot of Wea walking around a table. Wing Talk. But do you think they'll show up? Nervous. Isable. Don't worry, I'm sure we can win this like before. Brian. Even if that means fighting against a large army but with more power. Hyun. Especially Garion and Babel, who are the ones who created the army. Hero. We will have a great battle. Juliet. But we'll be together in that. Ina. Yes or no, sister, sees her brother with a XXX magazine, could you leave that for 5 minutes, kicks it. All. A drop comes out. Heaven. I'm surprised you still kept that. Issei. I don't even know why I brought them. Hey Issei. Issei sees Kangshin with a letter, what's up? Kangshin. This came to you and it's for you. Issei. Takes it, what is this, sees the seal. Isable. And he sends it to you. Issei. I don't recognize a clan with that seal, but I'll see what it contains. Narrator. Issei opened the envelope to read the contents to be surprised and serious. Issei. Guys, get everything ready. Abi. Gets up, what's wrong Issei? Issei. Someone wants to see us about some kind of negotiation and they also have something. Brian. And what is it, serious? Issei. I think they have a mercardimal. Everyone. Surprised. Isable. So you're saying that it would be. Issei. I don't know if it's a trap, but it's better to warn office and prepare the mercardimals. All. Hi. Evan. On Issei's shoulder, if that's the case what do you think they have? Issei. I don't know but we'll find out there. At the base of the brigade. Brizivum. TCH damn, sees that his army was small, if those robots didn't get in the way my plan would be a success. Triehxa. But they have confirmed that they are on another level. Brizivum. The only thing left for me is to have one of those toy cars that Haidu and his now group released and maybe be the master of them all. Triehxa. I don't know if he's an idiot or if Lucifer always was, but Issei-kun what have you gotten yourself into? Worried. The next day Saturday. Narrator. The team was entering the city museum and with them Office who was wearing clothes. Office. It's a good idea to wear this, looking at her clothes. Juliet. Do you think we would let you go out in those show clothes? Ina. And more in those old ladies' panties from the 19th century. Issei. And I don't want to be called a lolicon. Brian. I'm sure it's here. Issei. The invitation says to go to the museum for the Middle Ages exhibit. Narrator. They were walking until they reached the exhibition. Ina. Wow that's what that era was like, impressed to see what she has. Brian. Not bad, looking at the knight's armor. Excuse me. Narrator. They see a guard arrive. Guard. Excuse me you're Issei Haidu. Issei. Yes. Guard. You can take out the envelope they sent you. Narrator. Everyone did not agree if it was an enemy, but Issei took out the envelope and seeing the seal. Guard. Come with me as well as your cars. Narrator. Everyone is surprised by this and Evan goes out so everyone can accompany them to an elevator. Guard. He wants to see you. Issei. Who? Guard. You'll see. Narrator. He closed the door and they went down, although the strange thing is that the museum had more floors below. Brian. How strange is this? Abi. Yes. Heaven. Something's not right, SERIOUSLY9. Evan. Maybe it's a trap. Issei. Preparation. Narrator. Everyone nodded and when they reached the corresponding floor they were surprised to see that they were in a huge chamber like a Renaissance palace. Ina. Wow. Brandon. Incredible. Isable. This is beautiful. Thank you young lady. Narrator. They saw that there was a throne and with them was a well-dressed man of 30. Issei. Who are you? Greetings hero of the factions I am Kiritsugo Emiya. Isable. And what is this? Kiritsugo. Well this is the basis of our creed or as they call the factions faction. Brian. And what faction are you, seriously? Kiritsugo. Well they will be surprised when they hear it, especially you Haidu. Issei. I'm waiting for it. Kiritsugo. Well we are. All. Ready. Kiritsugo. The true creator faction of the heroes. Issei office. Witii, stunned. Bremery mansion. Rias. Walks but notices Grafia packing her things, so you plan to leave one Sama. Grafia. Hi after what he's done I think it's best for me to leave and at the same time they take away my queen piece. Rias. And you plan to take Milikas with you, right? Grafia. I'm working on it but the problem would be the council, who doesn't want me to take him and make him the new heir to the house I have to think about how to take him. Rias. Don't worry, we will help you and I would like you to help me fix things with Issei and tell him the truth about everything so that I don't really change him. Grafia. I'll do what I can, determined. Rias. And also help you I know those robots are not like that brigade and I will be willing to help you my Issei, determined. But the DXD Mecard. Isabel Issei, you didn't say that that faction belonged to a group that calls themselves human heroes. Issei. Of course, and he's with that damn Riz of 'em. Office. You're right. Kiritsugo. Actually the faction that you know are fake or more or less renegades. Both. Mirni. Let's see, explain how. Kiritsugo. As you can see, we, the True Hero faction, are a secret organization that helps humans from the shadows, and we have had a good popularity, but everything got worse because of Cao and Indra. Abi. I mean you're saying that because of them they've made his name go to hell or come down. Kiritsugo. Hi, you can't imagine the problems they have caused us, especially Indra, but not everything is bad. We still have an alliance with two factions. Heaven. And which one, curious. Kiritsugo. The Sumerians, Hindus, Aztecs and Mayans. Issei. They know they are fake. Kiritsugo. Hi, never mind, now let's move on to what's important to say hi to. I would like to offer support to you and your team. All. Hey. Issei. Do you want to give us support? Kiritsugo. Hey, and for a peace offering we have something for you. Issei. That voice is. Narrator. He sees a white toy car with green details arrive. Issei. Mofton, surprised. Mofton. Issei, you don't know how happy I am to see you since these guys captured me. Issei. What, sees the leader, they took him. Brian. Why, serious. Kiritsugo. Actually, observe. Narrator. Some local wizards began projecting the Mecard's battles and when they are with them, but also the attack of Gabriel and Babel. Kiritsugo. In fact, Haidu, we had you in our sight 6 years ago, as well as your friends. Issei. How, surprised. Ina. We were bullied when I was a pretty little girl. Kiritsugo. Sorry to take it like that, but we have seen what your friends the mercardimals are capable of, but also keeping the factions at bay, so they don't get involved in things from other planets. Isabel. You're right, especially since we were in a war between the three kingdoms. Brian. And even more so when we were enemies before, but this idiot brought us together, he said, giving Issei a small punch on the shoulder. Issei. Come on, don't insult me, while doing the Mofton taming, it's good to have you back, but we're missing Stronghorn. Mofton. I know we'll find it. Issei, I trust you since you're the best. Issei. You flatter me. Office. So, looks at Kiritsugo, you want an alliance with us. Kiritsugo. Yes, I know that the Brigade is loose along with the Cow faction, but above all, the problem you have with those two robots, what do you say you accept? Heaven. It's better for the leader to speak. Everyone. Sees Issei. Issei. What are you saying, friend? Sees Evan. Evan. We have no choice, and if what he says is true, I think we'll get more support. Issei. Sees Kiritsugo, I already have the answers and the truth on behalf of everyone. We agree to have an alliance with you. Later. Narrator. Everyone was at Issei's house after they accepted the alliance with the hero faction. Alta. Wow, that faction would use you for the Mont negotiation. Mont. Well, you can't imagine what I'm waiting for, and to see Issei again. Tater. Good to have you. Mugen. Uka, yes. Juliet. They look happy. Brandon. I think because they are friends and are part of the team they should be. Heaven. That's right. Abi. At least we have another one. Ina. And we certainly have all of our own, smiles. Brian. I hope we find the others. Issei. I wish so too, Ryan. Office. Well, I'm leaving, walks, I'll go look for signs of red or the black mirror. Isabel. Okay, Office, we wait. Narrator. Everyone said goodbye to Office who went into a crevice. Later. Issei. Lying down, what a day. Evan. Well, that's surprising. What happened, mate? Issei. Yes, I wonder what awaits us now. Evan. I think it would be better to have more help since Gabriel and Babel are making their army bigger. Issei. That's right, friend. Issei. Sees but blushes. Isabel, seeing her partner in nightclothes. Isabel. Do you mind if I sleep with you, nervous? Evan. I'd better leave you two alone, leaves the room. Issei. Sure, no problem. Narrator. Isabel climbs onto Issei's bed and hugs him. Issei. This feels better than I imagined while I was with them, and I admit that I wanted to hug her at night, and now I've fulfilled it, smiles to sleep. Isabel. This is just like I dreamed it and it's better, smiles and falls asleep. In the hero faction. Kiritsugo. Jum daughter, I know you're there, he sees a female figure coming out. And well father, I accept. Kiritsugo. Hi, it turned out as expected, and he understood that we are the true faction of heroes. How nice, and you think I'll meet him, curious and nervous. Kiritsugo. Hahaha, of course, you better go to your room. It'll be dinner time soon. If you have a bowl, excuse me, he withdraws. Narrator. She was far away where there weren't many people to give a scream. Finally I'll meet you in person. Issei-sama leaves happily. Narrator. But Kiritsugo heard that and smiled. Kiritsugo. Well, at least she achieved her goal when she was a child. Narrator. She gets memories of being a little girl watching one of the recordings of Issei in his mercardimals battles with his tamer friends, but above all smiling along with Evan, metaphorically. Kiritsugo. Let's see how this will turn out. A hub for a fan and her hero in person, smirks amusedly. In the land of dragons. Narrator. You can notice a figure. So Red ran away like a coward, and to think that I share something with him, it doesn't matter now. I must look for the young man who is promising. Narrator. Path so that red dragon wings would sprout. I hope to meet you. Issei Haidu. Narrator. He flew away but was seen by a small figure. I'm going to look for that brown-haired boy. Well, I'm looking too, but I hope to meet that orange-haired boy. She laughed while thinking about Ryan. Narrator. But it released a current of air to fly away. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.